G2, and I want to see if they've actually worked on this in this 2-week break.
100% agree with that, and I think the part of that people are seeing as the slightly weaker half is Labrov. SkewMond has had actually
Kind of dodge that Q ability. It's going to be very hard for Broken Blade to have any sort of proactive trades onto him.
Labrov going in onto Mikyx here. We'll have the trample stun. Mikyx crashes down, gets the shield back up, Upset the new target. Heal coming out from Labrov. The stun lands, the cleanse away. Upset has to flash as well. I thought the stun of Akali's burst damage is pretty substantial.
Yeah, and I think Caps has played the Akali Corki matchups a lot of time. Actually, we see quite top.
Cease and desist. Chain of Corruption is going to come out from Hans Summer in a second. You have to feel the flash forward. There's the chains, but Hans locked up by Razork, and he will fall first. And Labrov chased away as well, and Fnatic will settle for one.
Yeah, and we talked about it. That's the Rumble Vi combo. That's so many.
A heavy commitment. I guess the good news for Broken Blade is Herald is still 2.5 minutes away, so we will have his ultimate available for that, but no flash. It's not what you like to see. Now, Mikyx, no flash available for him.
Chain of Corruption is going to land. Caps there for the chase as well, and Mikyx down. Hans Summer gets G2's a few times too many on that weak side. Fnatic, though, haven't got out to the early lead that marked their split so far. Caps jumps in, the cease and desist. Caps dives into his demise. The CC knock-up chain from Fnatic was absolutely flipping perfect. Chase continues as Razork goes in with a Vault Breaker. SkewMond's going to try and jump his way away to the Gromp. Hans Summer here to shadow. G2 need to walk away. They should be able to escape. Hans Summer, though, does still have the flash and the cleanse. Won't need to expend either to get out of Fnatic's clutches.
A beautiful response from Fnatic. Caps this ever-looming side lane threat.
Setting up around it. Currently a little bit pincered. Vault Breaker goes in, Razork flashes forward, Hans Summer cleanses away, but look at SkewMond, he's already down to about 400 HP. Labrov is left out to dry, and he'll dry pretty damn quickly. Fnatic lock him up. They're third on the board. Razork's looking for more as he tries to steal away the red.
And once again, G2
in Fnatic's favor. Triforce complete, Nash's Tooth already done for Humanoid, and components of his next item as well. Flash forward, Magnet Storm. This is where the cease and desist that was saved from earlier comes to pay dividends. Hans Summer survives, but is hit by a rocket. Upset threads the uprights and finds him. Caps jumping in here. SkewMond hit, the wind becomes lightning. Upset the target, but look at the damage back on the Caps. Humanoid slides in, the Emperor's Divide. Caps goes in with perfect execution, but Upset still has a flash to escape. Labrov is down, Caps follow suit, and Fnatic clean away G2.
Fnatic once again coming out on top in these skirmishes, and I really have to say that G2 are still showing signs of incoherence. As you see the Ornn actually in the mountain will block the Herald there, but as talking about the Ornn, I feel like Broken Blade hasn't been in a single fight.
You were talking about how often it would seem like Broken Blade felt he had to force something in a 1v1 on the top side because the rest of the map was collapsing, and now he's forcing onto Oscarinin in the bot side. TP coming in. Oscarinin hasn't lost that much health yet, but with Caps joining the fight, there's the shutdown. Caps gets a kill, and G2, when they force...
Can't really afford to be proactive just because the punish would be so great from these double or single teleports that will come in.
Wait it out so you can get the second items. Caps caught out here. Labrov waiting around the corner. Cease and desist coming in as well. Humanoid dives forward, and the Emperor's Divide spells demise for Caps. Labrov now on the wrong side of that wall. SkewMond diving in to try and help, but there's the TP. Hans Summer on his way across as well as Broken Blade. SkewMond already down to half HP. Labrov trying to get onto the backline as well, and Hans Summer's been able to pick up one. Equalize onto Hans, and SkewMond will force him away. Broken Blade calls on the Forge God. Will his prayers be answered? In a 1v3, I think not. Make it forward as Oscar comes around the corner to clean things up. Razork now 4-0-5.
G2 don't have the tools to force anything, but Fnatic generate a numbers advantage. But Caps, he was just trying to go back to base. He was trying to reset. Mikyx catches him out again. And I feel like that Mikyx has been the bane of Caps' existence.
Absolutely, I think Mikyx and Razork, every single play has come from either one of them finding a really good pick.
Oscar chunked out a little bit there. Caps looking for Mikyx as well. That one's personal. Labrov dies in. Emphasis Divide from Humanoid to keep himself safe. Chain of Corruption goes out as well as Humanoid has to slide away. G2 get a pick in mid lane as Labrov flashed in,
which kind of stops the slow point, the stall point for 2 more minutes. As I say that, Fnatic are coming in deep here.
Mikyx on his way, currently about the Razor Pit. Labrov chunked out. Unbreakable Will is pretty damn breakable right now as G2 try and disengage. Equalizer down, cease and desist in, and the Crescent Guard doesn't guard you if everyone's on top of you. Oscarinin kills off SkewMond. 2 kills to Fnatic. The Drake was secured by G2.
Will be the Azir, but also the Rumble, as I say here, is very easy to kill.
Call of Fortune coming out from Broken Blade. There's the TP immediately in from Caps. There were a couple of deep wards behind Oscarinin here, but Broken Blade just trading in. Equalizer down, Broken Blade tanky enough, but Caps will be here to secure the kill. Broken Blade should survive, and he will do so. Meanwhile, in the top side, you can see Humanoid and Razork. Caps, though, has stayed around a little greedily for this bot lane tier 1. Razork's on his way across, as is Upset. Caps does have that Twilight Shroud, can try and dodge away. Jumps through Upset, but the season says quick on the trigger there from Razork. Means that Caps can't escape. Upset now 5.
To jump.
Really has been Razork's game so far.
Oh,
We're talking about SkewMond's Xin Zhao, but it's been a pretty quiet game from him. We haven't really seen the impact that we're talking about in Champions League of this pick. And I feel like it's really due to the fact that Razork's proactiveness is something else.
Flash away from Hans Sommer as Mikyx jumped in with the Magnus Storm. The follow-up as well from Humanoid, but he's stopped in his tracks. Humanoid down, Broken Blade escapes the Equalizer just for a bit of chip damage more than anything else. And so the red buff will be secured by Razork. Look at the damage from Hans Sommer.
And this is where you could find the lead.
I think G2 has decided to give up the Drake quite a while ago. They're going to try and set up vision towards that top side. Mikyx stepping in onto Labrov. Will land the knockup, will land the stun, but where's the follow-up for the rest of the team? Mikyx dives forward, knocked back by Labrov. Razork coming in as well. That Equalizer not doing much as Caps gets onto Oscarinin. Humanoid flashing forward, looking for the Emperor's Divide. Hans Sommer somehow survives. Razork low. Hans Sommer Upset, able to take him out. Valkyrie in forward. Caps down as well. Somehow Fnatic have won the fight after G2 engaged it 4-0.
They take 4 members of G2 out of the game, and they may very well set their sights on the Nexus. There's only Broken Blade left standing in their way as Fnatic dominating here in game 1.
A lot of skill shots went by that fight. I think the Varus ult didn't really connect onto anyone, and I think the Corki was just really, really strong. Humanoid found a great shuffle onto Hans, but in the end, I don't think it's enough.
Fnatic pushing in, Broken Blade dies under his Nexus tower. It's not tanky enough to survive the Fnatic onslaught. And in a statement game, Fnatic go 1-0 up in the series.
Coordination issues coming through from the side of G2. But my goodness, Mikyx and Razork, their coordination was on point. They made it so difficult for Caps to play the game. Razork was everywhere on the map. Mikyx was covering where he needed to. And Fnatic, I mean, with a few mistakes here and there for sure, overall, a very clean game.
Well, we're gonna get the positives. G2 won't have to ban Rumble every single game now. They can actually, it's actually not gonna be in the pool anymore.